Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show right here on Park City Television. I've told you before, we are live in studio right now. Tony Duffy, Stacy Poe from She Shreds. How are you guys this morning?
Awesome.
Good.
How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Okay.
It's a good day.
Nobody's mad?
It's a Tuesday.
Yes.
Nobody's mad, no. But unfortunately, your wife Gina, she's sick. She's not with us today.
Right, the boss wife is sick, so I get to play stand-in business partner and do the duties of the day. So.
Well, we love it when you're here.
Right.
All right, guys, I want to talk all things She Shreds. For a lot of people who may not know about it, who are you?
So She Shreds is a female-focused action sports and apparel brand that Gina came up with the idea for about 6 years ago, and we went after it, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own with a global ambassadorship, girls and women in action and adventure sports across the U.S. and about 15 other countries. And when we started, it was just board sports, influenced by why we moved to the mountains of Utah to snowboard and, skate and be on the reservoirs and wake surf and wakeboard. But
Right.
It's kind of transcended almost every conceivable adrenaline sport you can imagine. So we have women and girls that are in equestrian sports and, motorized sports and paragliding and just about everything that you can conceive on wheels and boards, and that involves some level of risk and reward. So it's a neat place to be.
And it's all women doing this, right?
Yeah, and obviously there's us advocates and help and support mechanisms here on the dude side. But it's funny because we get why is there no He Shreds? I'm like, that's every other action sports brand under the sun.
It's true.
This one, we've really focused, and gratefully a lot of other bigger brands have kind of helped us, like Smith Optics with their women's initiatives, and kind of pairing. We've been able to kind of work as a small brand and pair with a lot of other bigger brands to really drive that female-focused message. So it's pretty cool.
I love this. And you said you have an ambassador program. Stacey, you're an ambassador.
I am, yes.
What does that mean? What are you doing?
You know what? So I'm from Michigan, and of course we have ambassadors from all over the United States, like Tony said, even other parts of the world. And just to be an ambassador is to be part of the She Shreds group. It's a very supportive, just really inclusive group. So we interact a ton online to support each other as we're doing, whatever sport it is, all these different action adventure sports, and really just to encourage each other and just to become part of that female-focused group to support each other.
Now, I have to say, there's a lot of women into a lot of things. But what most people don't realize is that we like sports. We like doing things that are potentially dangerous. So it's really cool that you guys have created like a sense of community, finding each other all throughout the world.
For sure.
That's just insane to me that you're finding other athletes from, what did you say, 15 other countries?
Yeah, we're a little bit of everywhere. And I honestly, I don't know exactly what our exact numbers are, but our ranks are about 600 or 800 that are like focused ambassadors, and even beyond that, we've created these other extensions of that community for women and girls that maybe don't want or have the time to do those ambassador required types of things. Mm-hmm. So it just continues to grow and kind of of its own volition, and the group itself kind of empowers its next steps. They influence the merchandise we make, they influence our partnerships, they influence the events. We've kind of created mechanisms as well too where they can do their own meetups, so we give them some resources and things. So we have events going on perpetually all over the country and all over the world in different segments, if that makes sense. So
let's talk about your events.
Yep.
Like you said, you have kind of smaller, more meetup type events, but you also have really big events.
Right, yeah, we've done some, over the several years, we've done some really big signature events in different sports and different things, the latest of which, we partner with Powder Mountain. We're an official resort partner, and every year we do programming with them that's female specific and assist and support all of their existing events. But this year we did our Jamboree, which we do every year, but we treated it like a destination event. So it was kind of cool as women came and stayed for the whole weekend from all over the country and all over the world. And we did, on snow ride-alongs in different disciplines of ski and snowboard. And we did nighttime events with DJs and, farm-to-table meals and speakers and that type of thing. So it was really, kind of a cathartic experience to get everybody together. And we got to meet all kinds of people that we've known for years through social media and through
Right.
the digital world that came and like we got to meet them in person. So it's kind of cool. It grows every year.
That's really
So.
cool.
Face to face is so different, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
It
sure.
really is.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's really awesome that you guys put on not only night events, but these daytime events of just skiing together, snowboarding together. Tell me, I mean, what's going on throughout the day at Pall Mall at Jamboree?
Jamboree was, again, it was group ride-along, so we pulled a lot of our ambassadors that are like focused in different disciplines. So we brought Jen Jones, who is, she rides the Free Ride World Tour, so kind of like that off-piste, crazy hucking yourself off cornices type of stuff. And Stacy rode with
Yeah.
her group, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So about a half a dozen girls, they went up and did cat runs and kind of did that type of an experience. And then we had women and girls that came that a little bit more novice to like big mountain riding. So Gina, the founder, and a couple other girls kind of guided inbounds groups that kind of rode on piste and challenged themselves a little bit off in the trees. And then we had girls that focused solely on park riding and ski and snowboard. So we had different groups all day. And then on our Friday, we did our big competition, which really drove a ton of women and girls that come every year for our comps, because we do a really legit kind of rail jam slope style type of competition, lots of prizes. So we did that, and then we had our evening events. So that was kind of the genetic makeup, not competitive necessarily other than the comp, just really about the camaraderie and, you know, learning through, you know, shared experience versus clinic or that type of pressure. So it was
Right.
cool.
And it's all about community.
Yep.
All right, I'm assuming you were at Jamboree,
I was,
Stacey.
yeah.
Tell me about your experience.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, just like Tony said, we rode throughout the day. I rode with the powder group. Jen Jones, like he said, who does the free ride tour, she led the group, and there was a lead guide, a follow guide, and then maybe 7 or 8 of us in the group, and we, you know, did the cat runs. We did all powder all day through the trees. It really helped to challenge women or girls like me that are kind of a little bit newer to that. Learned a ton and just had a great time throughout the day. And like Tony mentioned, it was great to get to know some of the women, the ladies that I've interacted with on social media for several years now, and now I get to meet them face to face. And they're so talented and so just, you know, giving each other encouragement and empowerment and really just helping each other along and helping everybody get better. So the days were absolutely so much fun. It was a really incredible experience. I hope to do it again next year.
It sounds so extremely supportive.
Yep.
Yeah.
The women are
Yeah.
just supporting each other, which the competition, even besides the competition, of course,
Right.
I'm just glad that's kind of taken out. And
Yeah.
we just get to
Yeah.
enjoy each other
Yeah.
and do sports together.
Yeah,
We,
absolutely.
you know, there's many mantras, but you know, the big one is ordinary girls doing extraordinary things together.
Right.
And that's really the driving force. It's kind of like the no mean girls thing. And you know, we've converted a lot of minds in that regard too, because women tend to be even more competitive for their spot or their space in those cultures. And we've kind of, I feel like we've really cleared a path. It's been a lot of work, and but we've kind of felt like we've actually established something and cleared a path. So you know, next for us, we've gotten the attention. We've got some pretty cool, like, you know, big time expats from like the Skull Candies and Rockwells and stuff that
Awesome.
are interested now and might help us. So we might be able to actually take this brand forward. We're kind of too stubborn to stop, so we're just going to keep going with it.
What does going forward mean?
Again, we're looking at, you know, some bigger distribution models for the product itself. We have grand ambitions. Gina wants to, you know, create scholarship programs. She wants to create, you know, travel funds and things of that nature to support, you know, traveling athletes that are either competing or, you know, doing media projects that are focused around the outdoors. We have a lot of goals and intentions. We've achieved a lot of things, but we are looking to take it forward and do more. So that's kind of what's next, is whatever steps we need to take to kind of get to those things. Like I said, just tenacity. It's like, hey, okay, we got through today.
Yep.
Let's see what we can accomplish tomorrow. So,
I love the goals that you guys have in mind,
Yeah.
even especially the scholarships.
Yeah.
That would be so helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I want to just ask one more question before we go on. I want to show you guys a cool video that we produced for you guys.
Yes, you did.
I'm really excited. We're going to do that after the break. But the last thing I want to talk about is just kind of the clothing. That's something we don't talk about as much.
Right.
And you're wearing, I mean, your whole outfit.
Head to toe.
Is She Shreds, and I love it. Tell me about the clothing. How did that come about?
You know, when we first started, it was literally, you know, kind of logos and things on blank apparel. We've evolved, and Gina has the opportunity now where everything is kind of cut and sew. We manufacture most of our signature stuff, you know, ground up, and it's getting more and more technical where it's cut a certain way so that, you know, it has functional things that women want, you know, from, you know, tech materials for wicking and you know, moisture reduction and those types of things,
Right.
to sewn in pockets. They're cut a little longer, so when you're strapping in, you're not, you know, riding a.
Flashing
There's just a lot of
people.
different things, and colorway and color theory and all of those things are kind of like, you know, kind of leading the way. And we really don't make anything without consulting this ambassador group. Literally, okay, here's what we're thinking. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we go about our whole, you know, production process from front to back. So it's kind of cool.
I think it's awesome you guys have clothing because now you have all these athletic women repping
Yep.
your brand while they're ripping it up on the slopes.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I want to go to commercial break. We want to get this video ready. I am so excited to see it. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, stay tuned to watch this awesome video coming up.